Hey y'all, and welcome to the filling station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, y'all, let's get started. We are looking at the VIX today only because the VIX was at this $24.84 level. Looks like we're getting back to that place, or could get back to that place, right? Especially coming off of this low here. Now, where are the trouble places for the VIX? It seems like this area here of about $24.12 could be a rejection area, breaking that 24.29. What's interesting is this, breaking that level 24.57 brings us back to this ATR trail and stop around $24.70, which is not far from the 24.84 area that we were just recently at. So normally I look at the VIX because it kind of gives me an idea of what's going on with the SPY. Now back to the downside, we could very well get rejected and come back down, but look at all of the support in this area for the VIX. So I would watch the VIX or set my alert under the 2279 area. That lets me know that if the VIX is down, the SPY is probably going to go back up. Normally, nothing is guaranteed, right? So let's go back to the SPY, and I do have a long list because we have a few inside day candles, a lot of inside day candles, and I made a previous video on that. So if you would like to check that out, that would be awesome. Kind of helps build us a watch list. Right, so now we're looking at the SPY. We closed at 583.06. Interesting that we came down and bounced off of this 575 support right here. So is this going to be a support area to take us back up, or are we going to get rejected here at this 575.71 and continue to the downside? Now there's a lot of support in this area, as you can see, for the SPY. So I made that a little bit bigger so that we can see that support areas. Back to, let's look at the downside support. As of now, that 575 area could be a support, which is not far away at that 574.90, kind of close in this area. So I need to remember that. Breaking that level, 574.68, could be a support place. Now, breaking that, y'all see these few layers of support for us. So under 574.68, we can come back to 574.51, all the way down to this 574.22. Again, a few layers. I like to look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale because when I'm in the trade, I want to know where my trouble places are, or where my possible trouble places are, right? So if we break the 574.22, we can come back to the 573.84 or 94 and find support. Breaking that level, 573.70 could be a trouble place for us. That 573.70, if we should break that, we can find support around 573.46, again 573.31, and breaking that level, 573.06. So that 573 area is an interesting place for us. Now if we should break that level, I would watch down here around the 572.63 area for the SPY. So if you're trading the SPY today, those are support places. Now back to the upside. Let's see if we can make that a little bit. Yes, back to the upside. I would watch above the 576.74 area. Breaking that, we could possibly have trouble 577.06. Breaking the 577.06, 577.62 could be a resistance area, and if by chance we break that, 578.54 could be a trouble place. What's interesting is these few lines here and this 20 EMA. So I would definitely watch the SPY around the 579.03. Again, not financial advice, let me say that. If we get above the 579.03, we could very well come back to the 579.74 area. What's interesting is there is a lot of layers of resistance right here that could possibly stop us out, one being the 50 EMA as of now around the 579.97. So if we break the 579.97, if we break the 579.97, for some reason I'm having trouble saying those numbers today. Okay, breaking that level, we could possibly have trouble. Again, the ATR trailing stop is forming at that 581.04. So we definitely need to watch that 581 area for the SPY if we should break that 579.97. Again, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. It will be interesting to see if we make it back to this 584 area, but I say so often anything could move the market, so that's why we can't, we Trade what you see. Let me say that, right? So let's go look at Tesla today just to see where we are. So Tesla closed at 279.10. And yes, Tesla is an inside day candle. I love to see those. It kind of gives us a possible price target if it should break that. So let's start with that first, right? So if by chance Tesla break above 279.70, we have an upside target today at 284.35. Now back to the downside. If by chance we break under 267.71, we have a downside target for Tesla at the 261.84. So that's going to be interesting. So now, where are our trouble places for Tesla? As you can see, we just bounced off of this 270.74. We're under the 5 EMA on this 30-minute chart, and it looks like we are trying to decline. So let's look at possible support places. Under 270.74, we could possibly have trouble again. 269.35, breaking that level brings us to the 267.71, which is our trigger. I have marked at the 267.54, so we need to watch that 267.54 area. If we should break that to 66.54, and if we should, let's go back. So we have 267.54, 266.54. That's it. Yes, breaking that level, we could possibly have trouble. 265.66. And again, 264.58. If we should break that, we can come back to 263.60 and have a possible trouble place. 263.60 and again 262.77. Breaking that brings us down to the target at 261.84. So if you're trading Tesla today, those are possible support areas. Again, not financial advice, possible support areas. Now, back to the upside. It looks like prices was gathering in this area here for a reason. So I need to remember that. I like to go in and mark those gathering spots. Why? Because something kept us in that area, and I can never get this off of my, there we are. Something kept us in this area for a reason with Tesla. So going back to the upside, I need to remember that 273.31. And if we should break that level, 274.62, which is not far from this 20 EMA as of now at the 274.78 area. If we should break that, look where that 50 EMA is, 276.33. And we did not know that that line would be there. That's why it's so important that we mark our support and resistance, or our gathering spots, as I like to say, or what stopped us at that area, right? So let's watch that 276.38 area. If we should break that, look, that ATR trailing stop is not far from this 277.44. 277.44 is what 277.74 is not far away from the ATR trailing stop, so we need to watch that for Tesla. If we should break that 278.91, and if we break that 279.70, could be a resistance area. If we break that, 280.84, and breaking that level brings us kind of close to the 200 EMA, 282.84. So if you're trading Tesla today, I would say trade carefully. What's interesting is, you know, this area of 277.42 and the 277.79. That is the area that I will be watching. If we should break that, you know, we could very well continue climbing to the upside. Is this going to be a support area for us? Looking over in this area, we have been here before, so we need to see if it's going to take us back, or if we're going to get rejected and come back to the downside. So if you are trading Tesla today, I said trade carefully. Anything is possible, y'all. Nothing is guaranteed. We are now looking at AMD. We closed at 101.67. Look where price is back in the gathering spot. Support at is around the $99.51. Back to the upside, we could possibly have trouble. $99.90. Breaking that level, we could possibly have trouble. $100.14. If we should break that level, we could possibly have trouble again around the $100.55. And if we should break that, we have $100.65, which is right where our 50 EMA is as of right now. If we should break that level, we could possibly have trouble again at $100.86. And if we should break that, y'all see what that 200 EMA and the ATR trailing stop is for AMD at the 101.05. So in my opinion, that would be some strong resistance if we break that. And guess what? We would have to break that. Need to break that. So we could possibly test this area and get rejected there. So I would watch that 101.05 area for AMD. Now, back to the downside. Our support area at that 99.52. If we should break to the downside, 99.27 could be a support place. Again, 99.04, breaking that level, 98.66. Now breaking that 98.66, there's a big drop here around the 97.69 area. So if you're trading AMD today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. I do need to remove that line. If you're trading AMD today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside that I would say be careful. We'll trade that. We'll get that. So I'm having some technical difficulties today, but it's okay. We need to stay focused and get prepared for the market. Let's go look at NVDA today just to see where we are. Oh my. So NVDA closed at 117.30. This candle is interesting here. This is our 4 o'clock candle. The high of the candle, 119.64. The low of this candle is 114.80. That is interesting, right? Looking at NVIDIA, where are the trouble places as of now? Back to the upside, we would need to get back above the 5 EMA. 114.05 as of now could be a trouble place, and the 114.50 could be a trouble place. There's a few layers here. 115.28. You can see where the 220 EMA is as of now. And again, y'all, we wouldn't have known, that would be there. That's why it's important to mark these areas over here, the gathering spot. It's important to mark that, right? So let's say above 115.35 for NVIDIA, we could have trouble again. 115.97. Again, here at 116.34. The ATR trailing stop as of now, 116.68. If we get above that, there's a few layers of resistance at 117. Above the 117, 117.22 could be a trouble place. And again here at 117.60. Breaking the 117.60, it is possible, right? There's a few layers, 117.86. Again here at 118.30. And again at 118.53 brings us back to the 200 EMA at 118.67. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are areas that I would watch to the upside or resistance area. Now to the downside, under this level of 113.34, we can find support here at 112.65, breaking that level 111.34. And if we break that 110.93, breaking the 110.93 brings us back to 110.10 could be a support area for us, and if we should break that, 109.87. Now it looks like NVIDIA is an inside day today. Look, yes, it is an inside day, so I would definitely, inside day candle, I would definitely watch that. If we break the 118.30, the target to the upside, would have been the 119.32, which we've already feel that. Now back to the downside. Let's say we break under 114.50. Downside target was 113.34. It looks like we've already reached that. So yes, NVIDIA was an inside day candle for today, and we've already broken through those levels and reached those targets. But NVIDIA normally moves $7.22 per day. That is the ATR for the day, which is the average true range. So it can continue moving in either direction. So if you trade NVIDIA, or if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside. Y'all know I say so often, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So let's look at Meta today just to see where we are. We close at 656.47. As you can see, let's seem like prices here. Support is around, as of now, 648.31. We have a resistance area possibly around the 651.50 area. We can say that. 651.50. I would watch that area for Meta. Now, possible trouble places, if we should break back above the 651.50 area, we could possibly have trouble again here. 653.17. Breaking that level brings us back to, as you can see, a gathering spot here around the 654.01. If we break that 654.01, we could possibly have trouble again here at 655.22. And keep in mind, the 200 EMA is in that, within that range. So I'm going to mark this zone here so I can get that. Yes, so that is a possible gathering spot for us, which falls in place of where that 200 EMA is, back to the upside. Now, if we should break that 654 85 area, we could possibly come back and have trouble again around 650, 636, and again here at 657, 56. So those are your possible resistance areas for Meta today. Now back to the downside. If by chance we break under this level of 648.31, y'all see we could possibly find support again here around 645.95. If we should break that area, we can find support at 644.94. And if we should break that area, I would watch around the 643.87. Breaking that brings us back to this 642.60 could be a possible support area for us. Now if we break that, we could possibly find trouble or support around 640.41. So if you're trading Meta today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. Now I did have a few inside day candles and we can review some of those. AI was on that list. If by chance we break above 22.82, the upside target is 23.03, which is not far from that 200 EMA, right? So down to the downside, if we should break under this level of $21.83, downside target for AI is $20.97. And let's see how much AI normally moves per day. The ATR is $1.68. Keep in mind that is in either direction, y'all. So if you trade AI today, trade carefully. It is an inside day candle. We did have Walmart as an inside day candle for today. Let me clear that. So as of now, if by chance Walmart break above $96.34, we have $97.08 as the target. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under $94.71, we have $94.46 as the target for Walmart. And let's see how much Walmart normally moves per day, $2.74. Again, that could be in either direction. So if you're trading Walmart, I say trade carefully. We had so many inside day candles, and let's see, QQQ was also on that list as an inside day candle. Let's say breaking above the 503.65, we have 503.74 as the target. Now to the downside for QQQ, breaking under the 491.26, we have a downside target of 487.74 for QQQ. One other one that I noticed that was an inside day candle was SPX. And if by chance we break above 5,860.59, the target to the upside was 5,865.08. Yes. Now, if by chance, we should break to the downside, if we break under 5,740.61, we have a downside target of, I think that's here, yes. Our downside target is, let me make sure I can see that. There we are. So our downside target is 5,702.48. So if you're trading SPX today, it is an inside day candle. And again, we have so many others that are inside day candles. Carvana is one that I really like. Carvana, it just moves interesting sometimes. So we'll add that one for today. If by chance we break above 216.45, upside target for Carvana 223.03. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under 206.81, we have a downside target for Carvana at 195.76. So if you trade Carvana today, it is an inside day candle. I say so often, trade carefully, y'all. In the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Carvana normally moves about $17.62 per day. So again, these are some of the things, and y'all, my SPY chart is very congested because I look at the SPY and Tesla. Those are my two that I like to trade daily. So of course, I want to know where my trouble places are. So if by chance, let's say that, trading is, it's learning what strategy works best for you and being able to execute your plan. Again, y'all, I hope these videos are very, very helpful to you. And if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. Again, I hope that everyone have a very productive day today. And with that being said, y'all be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.